Welcome to my next video. In this video, we will be talking about retirement calculators and when we use retirement calculators, what are the reasonable assumptions for us to use? This video is part of a series of videos on retirement. But first, what I say in this video is based upon my education, my life experiences, and my set of values. What I say is for typical people in typical situations. It is not for all people in all situations. If it was, this video would be hours or even days long. My goal and hope is that by the end of this video, you will know more about retirement so that you can make better decisions for your life. In the prior video in this series, I recommended that you first decide what are the most reasonable retirement assumptions for you, and then find a reputable retirement calculator with similar assumptions. To my way of thinking, the most important retirement assumptions for you are: when are you going to retire? What life expectancy will you use for your retirement calculations? What will be your after-retirement lifestyle costs? And finally, how will you pay for those lifestyle costs? So, let's begin. When are you going to retire? For every year you keep working and do not retire, you have one more year to build up your retirement savings, and also one less year of retirement to pay for with those retirement savings. Many people move back their retirement date a bit to make their retirement more manageable. What life expectancy will you use? How long we live depends, among other things, on our family health history, our lifestyle, and our luck. When most of us think of a life expectancy, we tend to think of one number from some sort of a chart or calculator. We need to remember that the one number for people just like us is an average. Roughly half of us are going to live longer than that average. If we end up in the longer living half, we are still going to have to pay for our retirement lifestyle costs. I recommend that you consider adding some years to what you really think your actual life expectancy will be, just in case. What will be your after-retirement lifestyle costs? A good place to start is your before-retirement lifestyle costs. What if you don't have a clue about those? Well, I have another video on budgeting you may want to check out for ways to track your current lifestyle costs and maybe even reduce them a bit. Getting a handle on your before-retirement lifestyle costs is the first step in figuring out your after-retirement lifestyle costs. Now, there is the inevitable rule of thumb you may have heard about. This rule of thumb is that your after-retirement lifestyle costs will be about 80%, 80%, of your before-retirement lifestyle costs. Like most rules of thumb, this rule of thumb is better than nothing most of the time. But you can do better. I recommend you try to estimate what your actual after-retirement lifestyle costs will be. When you retire, some of your costs, like work-related expenses, will probably go down. Other costs for you, like your health care expenses, will probably go up. Also, if your retirement is years and years away, your overall lifestyle costs may go up as you get used to more and more expensive things. I also recommend that when you estimate your after-retirement lifestyle costs, you think of those costs in today's dollars. That probably will make it easier for you to double-check how reasonable those estimates are. How will you pay for your lifestyle costs? When you are retired, you typically pay for your lifestyle costs by some combination of part-time work, reverse mortgage, Social Security payments, and living off your savings. Let's talk about part-time work. Many of us plan on working part-time when we retire. But there are a couple problems with that. First, because of our health when we're older, we may not be able to work. Second, when we're older, it can be harder to find a job. In reality, a lot of people plan on working part-time when they are retired, but only about 1/4 of us actually do work part-time. I recommend that you do not just totally rely on working part-time to pay your cost. You may not be able to. Now, let's talk about reverse mortgages. First, you have to own a home. If you do own a home and if you have equity in your home, you can get a reverse mortgage. A reverse mortgage is where you borrow on the equity in your home, and you do not have to repay anything in your life. Zero. You have to be at least 62 years old to get a reverse mortgage. Unlike regular mortgages, your credit score really doesn't matter that much. The lenders primarily look at your age and the equity in your home. If you do get a reverse mortgage, all the other mortgages on your home will have to be paid off when you get that mortgage. While you have a reverse mortgage, you are still responsible for paying all the property taxes, insurance, and any homeowners association dues on your home. When and how is the reverse mortgage finally paid off? Generally, when you die, your home is sold and the reverse mortgage is paid off then. If the sales price is not high enough to totally pay off the lender, generally, no one has to make up the difference. Reverse mortgages tend to have lots of fees, and the interest rates tend to be high. A reverse mortgage is probably not the best option for you to pay for your after-retirement lifestyle costs. But if you don't want to sell your home, it is an option. That's reverse mortgages. Let's talk a little bit about Social Security. Today, Social Security is an important part of how many people pay for their after-retirement lifestyle costs. What about the future? Will you even be able to get Social Security in the future? If you do get Social Security in the future, when should you take it? To help you decide what assumptions you're going to use about Social Security, if you haven't already done so, you may want to check out a video I did on Social Security. That's Social Security. Now, let's talk about living off your savings. Living off your savings is the final way you can pay for your after-retirement lifestyle costs. The key questions for you are how much money you want every year from those savings, and, given that, how much do you save? That's what we talk about in the next video in this series. In this video, we learn more about retirement calculators and, when we use retirement calculators, what are the reasonable assumptions for us to use? This is the second video in a 3-part series of videos on retirement. If you want to learn more, be sure to check out the other videos in this series, my playlist on retirement, and videos on other topics. Until the next video, always remember that you are the best person in the world to decide what is important in your life. Thank you for watching. Please click the button to subscribe. I hope that you got something from this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and comment. Please check out my channel, playlists, and other videos. Have a great day.